In honor of the newest zombie shooter video game, Back 4 Blood, coming out this week, I thought it would be awesome to dive into a generic world that is infested with zombies. Humanity is at the brink of extinction, and it's up to you to fight the hordes to survive. This is Alternate Earth's zombie episode. Let's begin. So for start off, we are not covering parasitic infections, or we are not covering spores infection from funguses.
In the
nope,
brainstem
we're going
and part of the
straight off
cerebellum,
with the
effectively
usual,
turning the
either we
deceased
all
person
have it and
into
we
a
die, we
zombie.
resurrect, or when you get bit, you come back as a zombie by a virus. So let's start off. The zombie apocalypse has just started. The whole world is about to hit with the biggest chaotic storm ever. It is up to you to trust your friends and stick together. From there, you must journey to find a safe haven with all of your friends and trying to stay positive in the midst of this chaotic world. That will be the post-apocalyptic zombie world. It will be rough in the beginning. Law enforcement and military and anybody who can fight will fall. Areas will be quarantined off, keeping the infected at bay. You and your fellow survivors are on their way back to the sanctuary spot after a resupply trip. Unfortunately, while you were away, the hordes of infected have attacked the base. You have a ton of infected everywhere throughout the safe area, and pretty much every different types thing. It's up to you to make the tough calls on who to save and who to, well, eliminate for survival. As well as also, you have to work together and help one another, because there's all kinds of nasty out there. So you gotta survive, and you have to fight. But of course, in these situations, we must remember that humans must work together, and survive together, and help one another, in order to survive, and also look pretty stylish while doing it.
Get out of my house.
Sure, you might have repelled the horde, but the problem is, there will always be more and more coming. So, what exactly will we be talking about in this video? Well, very simple. With the outbreak spreading across the world, we need to figure out how would the Earth benefit from a zombie outbreak. Luckily, we have the way to compare thanks to COVID-19. Let's begin. Due to the fact that there is no longer pollution or cars or people roaming about constantly and people would be in lockdown, like as we can see, this is Italy, and this is Italy in 2020. As you can see, the water is less polluted. It's more clear, and basically, since there's less traffic and less pollution, the water has just essentially cleared up, which is just incredible. Look at these are even awesome pictures. You can see the bottom of the river. It is completely crystal clear. And that's not all. It gets even better. Wildlife has returned to these waters because of people all in lockdown. And it's just absolutely incredible to see that nature's coming back. Even in regards to like pollution in the air. As you can see, the air quality is becoming even better. Even in major cities in the upper United States, like Washington and New York City. This is them right now, and this is them in March of 2020. Less pollution, better air. Even there would be less smog in like California. Much easier to see, even better. Not to mention wildlife moving into to areas. Now that there's less people walking around, there's less of an intimidation or fear tactic for them to stay in the wild, allowing them to roam about on the streets out of curiosity to find food and sustenance, as well as to also just see like random animals out in the city, which I think is also incredible. Of course, there are some minor dangers, but you gotta admit it is elegant to see a peacock in a city. just roaming about, as well as other wildlife. Now, of course, you're probably wondering, what about like reactors, power facilities, things that need to be monitored by humans? Well, in the case of those instances happen, there's actually emergency shutdowns that happen. Of course, in one of the zombie films, there was a reactor issue, but I find that highly unlikely due to the fact that the amount of safety measures that are used nowadays for if power outage or something bad happens. So I'd say pretty much we would just lose power, water, and electricity, but we can reoperate and get those things back online if humanity can survive. But yeah, but all in all, the zombie apocalypse is pretty beneficial for Mother Earth to heal herself from the wounds of mankind. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video for the zombie-themed What If Alternate Earths. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. This is NashX signing off.